Alright, here is our 1 month, my bad, alright. Our 1 month catch up. Alright, here, you start it out.
Why do I always laugh when we start?
I don't know. We always. Am I funny?
You make it.
Okay. Alright.
Hey guys, this is Precious and Brandon. We met in Hawaii, realized we both had a passion to see the world, and were willing to do whatever it took to leave. So we sold everything we had and packed our lives into these 40-liter backpacks. We don't know where this year will take us. We have nothing planned. Just an appetite for new foods, cultures, and experiences. Follow us as we leave Hawaii and travel around Southeast Asia. This is Life on a One-Way Ticket. The first question is, how do we do it? We not only sold everything and got rid of everything, but the great thing is Brandon and I are both minimalists. Funny story is, back in Hawaii, I was going through my closet thinking about what to donate and get rid of. And remember, I had gotten to, like, mind you guys, I do not have a lot of clothes as is, but I had gotten my closet down from like this much to like this much. And one day Brandon was like, "You seem so stressed," and I was like, "I still have so many clothes." So I think that's a big part. We don't have a lot of stuff. We got rid of a lot. We came with like 3 or 4 shorts each, 5 tops, a few pairs of socks, no bra and underwear for me.
Yeah. So basically just live simple, bring a couple of things,
Yeah.
and just kind of reuse the same things over and over, you know.
One
and
pair of sneakers for each of us, and then one pair of like flip-flops. Brandon and I have both been in positions, unfortunately, in the past decade where we've either had to move, been, you know, kicked out, having to start new in some type of way somewhere else, leaving a lot of our stuff behind. So honestly, I think that was the universe's way of preparing us for letting stuff go and realizing what really matters at the end of the day when you do have to kind of like up and leave. So how we do it, we're minimalists. We live a very minimal life here. Next question is, okay, tipping in Thailand.
So tipping in Thailand, there is no thing set in stone here as to how much you would tip. It's actually not in their culture to tip, so whatever you do give is basically just a plus for them. And it doesn't matter what you give them, they're very thankful. So how you tip is basically how much, you know, just leave a little bit for them, you know, and they're happy with that.
Next question. How are we making money abroad, and is the money you make here enough? I believe Ivana sent this question. So, hi Ivy. How are we making money abroad? Do you want me to?
Go for it.
Okay. So there are so many ways that you can make money while you're abroad. It's just about how flexible you're willing to be, and you have to realize that if you're making $10 an hour here, that's to $10 US dollars, that's actually a lot. There are so many companies. We're not going to stay on this topic too long because it can take up a lot of time in the video, but there are so many companies that you can work for and be a part of. There's Bebo International, Data ABC, a whole bunch of different things if you wanted to teach English online. So there's different outlets, and I think what a lot of people forget is we are in a generation now where everything is basically like technical and electronic, and it doesn't matter if you have a degree or you don't have a degree, you can find something. And you know, when you want to do something like travel the world, you make it work, you figure out what you can do. So there are a lot of options. If you guys want us to go into a more detailed video about the different work options here, we can do that, but it's always better to try to find something where you're making actually US dollars. So we're doing great. Okay, this is Brandon's, like, this is his forte. Language barrier.
Oh, language barrier? You know, the way we deal with it is right here, it's like, you know, you at least want to learn a couple of words right when you get here. Don't come here just, saying just thank you or hello in your own language. Just learn a couple of words in their language, and with the couple of pointing here and there, you know what I'm trying to say, you can get your way here. So, and another thing is smile. People love when you smile here. That's universal anywhere you go. So, with the little pointing and smiling and learning a couple of words, it's actually not too bad. When we first got here, it was a little bit frustrating, just because yeah, because
I had no patience.
you're used to going around in America and just being freely able to speak your mind. If you don't like this, you don't like that. Sometimes it's just you have to go with the flow. You just kind of have to, I don't like this and there, but you just kind of have to, kind of let it be, and you have to know that before you come here.
Yeah.
Anything you want to, input?
I feel like you did a lot better with this. There are times when I'm editing that Brandon will sit there, especially with YouTube now, you can learn Thai. You can learn Tagalog, you can learn Spanish just by going on YouTube and just learning a few basic things. Brandon, he did really good with learning how to even say certain foods. So I'm allergic to pork. So he learned if we see certain foods written a certain way in English, he's like, oh no, that has pork in it. Now there are times that I will still eat the pork and I'll just pay for it later. But just even in communicating, he did a lot better, honestly, than I did with that. I just got super frustrated because a lot of times you try to depend on Google Translate, and if they still don't get it, it's like, it's right here, just read it, but Brandon learned more in-depth things and words in Thai, and it's really helped us along so much that people will then talk to him back in full Thai.
And sometimes it's not even just a language barrier, it's the way you carry yourself.
Body language.
Yeah, body language. In America, we're always rushy, rush. So when you get there, people don't like, to serve people that are in a rush. You want to take your time, smile, don't lose face, don't seem angry, don't seem like in a rush, and then you'll be okay. Just smile, learn a couple of words, take your time. A lot of people are out here, they want food really fast, they're hungry, you get hangry, as they say, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we both do.
Okay, next question, how to find a place. Okay, so
this is all you.
So we talked about this in our apartment tour video, and we are going to link that up this way. So if you want to check out our apartment tour and our condo here, check out that video. But the culture here is you come, just rent an Airbnb, maybe in the area that you want to stay in for about maybe 1 to 2 days. And then you go on foot, you go to these different apartments, these different condos, these different places, and you basically just ask, do you guys have a room or an apartment open for rent? Our condo, for example, has a bulletin board of all of the units in this resort that are available for rent, and that's how we found ours. But it just so happened our Airbnb was in the same exact building. It's actually 2 floors down from where we actually found our condo and are renting right now. So that's the culture here. Don't worry about trying to find a place before you get here. Just book your Airbnb if you feel like you want extra time. Maybe book your Airbnb for a week, but honestly, we came during a very high season because it was a dry season, and we still found something super quick. Getting around,
okay. Well, walking is a big one since everything is, nearby, and Grab is the number one way to get around if you don't have a motorbike or any other form of transportation.
or Segthao. So, how do you say it? We're gonna put the name of it, but it's basically like a red pickup truck that's converted into it's kind of like a bus, but it's not a bus, it's a pickup truck.
Yeah, Grab is basically their version of Uber here.
Yeah.
So.
And it's really convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
And it's good because you won't get gypped.
Yeah.
Price-wise.
Like the tuk-tuk drivers here, so always be aware with that.
Bargain.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
So the tuk-tuk drivers, it's almost like no matter where you go, it's 200 baht. If you're going 2 blocks, 200 baht.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the taxi drivers are hustlers, and that's just what they do. So what we do is we know in our head, just by using Grab, that if we're going 10 minutes, it should cost this much. Let's say if we're going 13 minutes, we're like, okay, well, 14 minutes is usually like 80 baht. And then if we know that we're somewhere, because sometimes you just want to ride the tuk-tuk because it's open and breezy and airy, and it's a great experience. So a lot of times that's how I go. Like when we approach a tuk-tuk, we're like, if we know we're going 10 minutes and they're like, oh, 150 baht, I'm like, no. We're like, no.
It doesn't take that long. I mean, that much to get there.
It's not that much, and it doesn't take that long. So, no. So with the tuk-tuk drivers, you have to bargain. You just do. I promise you, everybody does it because they are definitely out to take more money from you. So yeah, and
Don't ever take the price as is.
No, because it's never going to be. I just hit myself in the face because it's never going to be that price.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you. So cheaper to eat out. A lot of people are like, how are you guys eating out so much? So, to be clear on a few things. One, in the very beginning when we got here, I got so sick that I did not want anything except for this salad. It looks so good. It's so good. And so we were going to Dada Cafe, which is my favorite restaurant here in Chiang Mai. And so we were spending more than normal. Spending $20 on a meal for 2 people here is crazy. That means you basically, it was a life of luxury for that day. It's like a treat meal. But there was nothing I wanted but that salad. And so in the beginning we were spending more than normal just because I wasn't feeling well. But other than that, it is definitely cheaper to eat out, meaning street food, rather than cooking at home, going to the supermarket, buying everything and cooking at home. But it's not like that everywhere. The street food in Thailand is it's something you can't get anywhere else in Southeast Asia. So,
and truly, if you want the real experience of Thailand, that's how you're really going to experience it. Eat street food, go down the street, eat with the locals. That's how you're going to experience it. So, try it out.
We missed that we didn't think we would miss.
All right. Like, what do we miss? I miss a lot of things.
Okay.
Is it just like food in general, or just like
No, like just lifestyle.
lifestyle?
I know what I miss. We just talked about it this morning.
The language barrier?
No, I don't miss that. I understand that what we're doing is great, and I'm very, very grateful for it. But when you are from a city like New York City, and you can get basically whatever taste of food that you want, and it's all at your fingertips, I honestly didn't think I would miss certain things so much. I miss Brooklyn pizza. I miss New York City bacon, egg, and cheese. I miss a hero. I miss Shake Shack. I miss real like ground up hash browns. You know, like a real American continental breakfast that I didn't think I would miss. I think it screwed me up going home before we left for this trip because I got everything. Ghetto Chinese. Like if you're not from New York City, you don't even know what ghetto Chinese is. And you like, so yeah, that's what I miss. I actually do miss certain foods from home. Yeah.
I just miss the variety of things as well. You know?
Yeah.
Just having like anything that you want down the street, but you know, give and take. You know, you get the things you like, you get the things you don't like sometimes, but
yeah,
you know,
what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, what is one thing? Oh, I think this came from Sam. What is one thing we are doing without that we didn't think we could?
Transportation, like our own transportation. Just like little things like you kind of take for granted, like, you know, just being able to drive around wherever you want. Even if you don't have a car, just having public transportation like the bus. Like me,
That you're familiar with.
yeah, we don't really catch the bus. Well, I did more so often than she did because she had a car. But I was taking the bus, and there's not a lot of places with public transportation here.
For me, I really thought like, oh man, we're not gonna be able to drive. I used to call my car Coco. And in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, we're not gonna be able to just jump in Coco and go wherever we want. But we're doing great without it.
Yeah.
We're walking more. I feel like I'm living back in New York City sometimes because we're walking so much. Health is improving because we're walking so much more. Although we do want to tackle the moped thing. We'll get there. But yeah, that's definitely something that I feel like we're both doing without, which is our own transportation, but we're doing fine without it because we're just walking and catching what we can when we can, and you see more when you're on foot
Yeah, absolutely.
and you're walking. Okay. All right, last question. Dealing with one another 24/7.
That's a good one.
Dealing with one another. Okay.
So, you want me to start this one? Is that why you're looking at
Well,
me?
because I feel like I'm the more difficult one to deal with.
How so?
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Just tell them. This is as real as it gets. No filter.
So, I think when you're used to being in a toxic relationship and a toxic environment, and you're finally with someone that gets you and understands and really loves you for who you are, you just want to be with them all the time. Because being with them gives you energy instead of sucking energy out. And I know that I can be really difficult to deal with sometimes because obviously I'm super emotional. But as much as people think I'm extroverted, I'm actually more introverted than I am extroverted. My extrovertedness comes out when I feel like people need some attention and need love. But because Brandon is introverted too, there are times where he's like, I'm gonna go take a walk, or I'm gonna go to the gym, and he goes and does it. I'm not like, well, why are you going here, or why are you taking time for yourself? Before we met, I learned self-love for the first time in my life, and I realized it's important to cultivate self-love for yourself. And I encourage him to go and do whatever he needs to do to fill up his tank, because in our relationship we don't believe in 50-50. There are no roles. We don't say, well, you're in charge of doing this, this, and this. We see a need and we just do it. But it's not 50-50, because 50-50 in our head is you're giving half of yourself, the other person is giving half to make a whole. And I think that's where a lot of relationships and marriages fail and aren't happy. We give 100.
We don't treat it like a business.
Yeah,
So.
it's a relationship, and we're a team, and we treat this as if we're both on the playing field, and we both want to give everything we got because we want to win. We want to win gold, and we want to win those Super Bowl rings, and so dealing with each other 24/7, it's a pleasure being around him all the time. And there are times when we're both in the apartment and we're quiet, and we're okay with that. We're not like, oh my God, what's wrong? Or, we can be sitting next to each other and I'm doing my thing and he's doing his thing. And it's just, the vibe is just right. And honestly, we both have been through so much crap in previous relationships. obviously I've been very candid about what I've gone through, and we both started this relationship basically telling each other, look, I've been through crap, he's been through crap, we don't have time for it. So, people see our pictures and they're like, oh, they must be happy all the time. And honestly, we are. Even when we're upset at each other, there are moments, they don't last long, because we realize how much of a blessing it is that we do have each other and we have this experience. And that's all they are. They're moments where we disagree and we move on from them. They don't last hours, they don't last days, so we are happy most of the time together. It's just, it works.
Well, one thing is, before we were together, we know that we had ourselves. We can take care of ourselves, and I think people go into things and relationships thinking, oh yeah, I need to help that person. You need to help yourself. So
You're not there to save anybody.
yeah.
That's how we deal. It's not a burden. I feel like if you think of your relationship or your marriage or friendships or even relationship with family as business
Or job.
it becomes a burden.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be happy in what you're doing, and trust me, I am the queen of this relationship didn't work. That doesn't mean I stopped believing in love. That doesn't mean I felt like I was not worthy of love. I just learned from them and learn that you gotta learn from it, pick yourself and move on, and what's meant for you will align in its perfect timing. And timing is definitely everything.
We just don't want to let you guys think that, everything is perfect from what you see in the picture. It's just, there's no such thing. There really is no such thing. So we try our best. We have our moments, like she said, but they're just moments, so.
And we're also building a brand. Life on a One-Way Ticket is not just a name. It's not just a hashtag. It's not just, a username for Instagram and for our YouTube. We're building a brand. So if I'm mad because Brandon got me the wrong potato chip from 7-Eleven,
Which I did one time. Which was, yeah.
I'm not gonna go on Instagram and be like, oh my god, you guys, Brandon is so horrible, he got me the wrong potato chip. Like, someone, if that ever happens, tell me to shut up. Because, also, you learn to realize what's really important in life, and you realize it's not worth it. So, we don't post on Instagram, we don't list like, oh, Brandon's a great guy, but there is no but. Positivity. That's all we're about. That's what we want to project to everyone, is positivity. And but there's nothing major going on behind the scenes. Thankfully, we've both been through that, and we're just not about all that drama. We're not about controlling one another. We're not about me trying to do whatever. We're just trying to enjoy life, live this adventure out as long as we can, and so yeah, you guys are not going to see all of the negatives because they're petty, and we need to stop posting petty things on social media, because there are people out there that are truly living in their own hell, mentally, physically, emotionally. So our little, you didn't make the bed today, that's not worth posting. So we do go through our own share of things, but a lot of times we just know that it's an individual thing, and it's Brandon and I against the problem. We got locked out of our condo one time. I was so mad. I was so upset because I was tired. I had to go to the bathroom, and Brandon does not have the key.
I'm just like, we'll just go to the office and grab the key.
I was mad. I was like, literally, I was so upset because I just wanted to get upstairs And
But it's such a small problem.
yeah.
It's so small compared to what other people are going through. So
But then in 10 minutes, it was over. He went to the office. He dealt with the language barrier, trying to explain why we needed to get into the condo and the fact that we actually do live here, not trying to break in. And then that was it. We went upstairs. We showered. I think we ended up getting, because we had food and snack, or fruit. I had fruit. I ate fruit, and then that was it. It was over. I didn't have to post about it. You just have to make light of things, because I truly believe in karma, and I believe if you make little things a big problem, big things will come, and no one has time for that. So that is it. We are enjoying our time here in Chiang Mai, and we have a huge year ahead of us, and I don't even think we're ready for everything, but I'm really excited. If you guys ever have any questions, DM us, send us your questions, and we'll do another maybe wrap-up video when we're in Bangkok, or maybe we're in Cambodia or something, you know. And if you guys ever want us to do a live Q&A where you guys ask us questions live, and we answer in real time, we can do that too. So just enjoy the journey and take that chance in 2020 and embrace your dreams. And yeah,
okay,
this is Life on a One-Way Ticket.
signing out.
Bye.